This heartless man was furious at a stray dog for barking near his car. He grabbed a baseball bat and chased the poor animal, trying to scare him away. But the dog refused to leave. He wasn't barking to be annoying, he was desperately trying to tell the man something important. He kept pointing under the car, risking his life to get the man's attention. Finally, the man stopped and looked underneath. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days, ignore. 100 years, leave a like. Sibs 100 years, come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share. Do everything. To his shock, he found a tiny puppy trapped near the tire. The bad dog was actually a hero trying to save a life. The man dropped the bat in shame and hugged the puppy, realizing he had almost made a terrible mistake. This poor man slipped and spilled his salad everywhere. He was humiliated and desperately tried to clean it up with his bare hands while his little daughter watched. A rude man walked by and just laughed at him, kicking the mess and making him feel even worse. The father felt completely invisible. But suddenly a waiter rushed over. He wasn't there to scold him. He gently helped the man up, treating him with the dignity he deserved. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days, ignore. 100 years. Leave a like. Sibs 100 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share. Do everything. The waiter cleaned up the mess with a smile and brought them a fresh meal. This poor elderly man was shivering uncontrollably on the subway. He was freezing, but the woman next to him just stood up and moved away, treating him like a nuisance. He felt completely abandoned. But suddenly a stranger took off his own expensive coat and wrapped it around the shivering man without hesitation. Seeing this, a little girl took off her own scarf to help. It started a beautiful chain reaction that no one expected. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days, ignore. 100 years, leave a like. 600 years, come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share, do everything. Another man gave him a hat and soon the whole car was helping. They covered him in warmth, proving that when one person steps up, others will follow. The old man was moved to tears, realizing that he was surrounded by angels. This bad dog snatched a woman's purse and ran away in the middle of the street. The furious couple chased after him, thinking he was just a thief. But he wasn't stealing. He stopped right next to a dangerous sewer and refused to move. He was desperately trying to show them something. The man looked inside the dark hole and his jaw dropped. The dog wasn't being bad, he was on a mission. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days, ignore. 100 years, leave a like. Sibs 100 years, come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share. Do everything. The man reached down and pulled out a tiny puppy that was trapped and drowning. The white dog stole the bag just to lead them to his friend. They realized he was a hero, proving that animals are smarter than we think. This homeless pregnant woman used her own body to shield her dog when a cruel driver splashed them with freezing water. She was cold, wet, and had nowhere to go. She knocked on the church door, terrified she would be turned away. But she didn't know the priest inside was a guardian angel. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days. Ignore. 100 years. Leave a like. 600 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever. Subscribe and share. Do everything. The priest didn't just let her in, he gave her a warm bed right in the aisle. While she slept, the entire congregation lined up to bless her. This starving homeless man begged the father for just a bite of food. But the man was heartless, shooing him away and refusing to share even a crumb. But the little boy couldn't watch him go hungry. Without hesitation, he handed the stranger his own sandwich, showing more kindness than his dad ever could. The homeless man was touched by the boy's pure heart. But what he gave him in return will make you cry. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days. Ignore. 100 years. Leave a like. Sibs 100 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share. Do everything. He took the only thing of value he had, a red rose from his hat, and gifted it to the boy. It was his way of saying thank you. The father watched in silence, realizing that his son had just taught him a lesson in humanity. This poor grandpa slipped and dropped his entire meal on the dirty floor. He was heartbroken and immediately dropped to his knees trying to clean it up with his bare hands. The other customers just stared at him, and a waitress walked right past, looking annoyed at the mess. He felt completely invisible and ashamed. When another waiter rushed over with a broom, the old man flinched. He thought he was about to be kicked out for causing a scene. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days. Ignore. 100 years. Leave a like. Sibs 100 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever. Subscribe and share. Do everything. But the waiter didn't yell. He cleaned up the mess and surprised the grandpa with a fresh, hot meal in the house. The old man broke down in tears and hugged him tightly, realizing that kindness is the best dish you can serve. This poor dog was trapped deep inside a concrete ditch, barking desperately for help. He was exhausted and terrified, but people on the path just walked right past him. Finally, one young man heard his cries. He risked his safety and climbed down the steep, slippery wall. But the dog was too heavy to lift out alone. He was slipping and struggling. But suddenly, other strangers saw what was happening. They rushed down the bank to form a team to save the life. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days. Ignore. 100 years. Leave a like. Sibs 100 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever. Subscribe and share. Do everything. They pulled him to safety, but he was covered in painful matted fur. They took him straight to a groomer, shaving off the mess to reveal a beautiful golden retriever. The kind gardener adopted him immediately, proving that when strangers work together, miracles happen. This poor dog was so dirty and matted that he could barely walk. He just wanted to play, but this man pushed him away, calling him gross and unwanted. Even a mother pulled her child away, treating the innocent dog like trash. But what they didn't know is that this kind groomer saw everything. He gently picked the dog up and brought him to his salon. He knew that underneath all that dirt was a beautiful soul waiting to shine. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days, ignore. 100 years? Leave a like. Sibs 100 years, come in a heart emoji. Forever, subscribe and share. Do everything. He spent hours shaving off the heavy, painful fur and giving him a warm bath. The dog was so patient, finally feeling love for the first time. When he was done, the dog looked a brand new puppy. He was so happy, proving that every animal deserves a second chance. This little boy was using all his strength to push his disabled father up a steep hill. He was struggling and slipping, but he refused to give up. Ground men walked right past him, looking back but doing nothing to help. Even a woman walked by without a second glance, leaving the boy to struggle alone. But suddenly, a mother carrying her own baby saw them. Even though her hands were full, she knew she couldn't just walk away. How many years do you want your mom alive? 10 days. Ignore. 100 years? Leave a like. Sibs 100 years. Come in a heart emoji. Forever. Subscribe and share. Do everything. She stepped in and pushed the wheelchair the rest of the way up the hill. She proved that the strongest people are the ones who lift others up, even when they carry a heavy load themselves. The boy smiled at her, learning that kindness still exists in this world.